This is Tower of Fantasy. It's trending at the moment, super popular. It started about 2 days ago, I believe. And if you tried to get in on the first day, like, good fucking luck. They had to open more worlds, just so people could get in. So basically, it's futuristic style, kind of like Genshin. It's been my go-to explaining it to people. Um, but it is more like futuristic, more guns. And you don't pull for characters, so it's a gacha game. Uh, you don't pull for characters, you pull for weapons. There we go, that's me. There. See the resemblance? Oh, wait, this way. See the resemblance? Yeah? I'm totally like an attractive anime. Just like cup the boob there. I'm totally an attractive anime girl. Um, yeah, so the character. The character is super customizable, which is amazing. Love that. Obviously, you can't change a lot by way of like body type. So you are this like slim build. Um, you can change your boob size because you know who doesn't want that. Um, you can also be female or male. You don't get to choose, you know, gender neutral, which can't it. It's not asking a lot. In this day and age, you should be able to do that, but you can't in this game at the moment. Like for all I know, maybe they'll allow that later on. I don't know. I think it's mostly because of the voice over for the character, because your character actually does have a voice in this, as opposed to Genshin where you don't. Um, so yeah, that's me. Skin color, I was quite surprised. There was a uh, couple of options for darker skin tones, which you don't quite often see in these types of uh, games that are Chinese based games, created games. So basically, in this game, and I'm going to be comparing this to Genshin a lot because it has a lot of similarities. And like, I'm not just talking like the fonts and the symbols are the same, but it has a lot of similarities. It's a gacha game as well, so you pull for things. In this, they're not wishes. They're, what are they? Special somethings? Special orders. So you're pulling for special orders, and that gives you a weapon. So, as opposed to Genshin, where you're pulling for a character, in this, you're pulling for a weapon. And the weapon has a character attached to it. So, for instance, where was I? Characters. For instance, this one, Absolute Zero. This is a gold weapon, so it's a decent weapon. Um, what's her name? Coco Rita. So, uh, it's called a simulacra. I don't know. Their pronunciation's a bit, but yeah. So each weapon has a character attached to it, and you can use that character of the weapon that you've got. So you can run around as that character, which is pretty neat. And like, I think you get a buff for like the weapon if you like, the weapon does a little more damage or something. If you use the character, it's basically like a hologram over the top of you. Um, this one is my absolute favorite purely because you see that is her torso is see-through and you can see her robo spine, which is pretty cool. Um, so I pulled and grabbed. So I've got like gold, purple. This one you just get automatically. She's like a gimme, like Amber in Genshin. Mercy. Tell me that's not Mercy. She's a healer as well. Hilda, this is the weapon that I currently am using most of all. It is a giant gun, and it's ridiculous because my character's really small. So I get to run around with this giant gun. Like, pretty cool. And that was my first one that I got that did not have... that was not just a given character. So, that's pretty neat. And you can, like, give them gifts and it buffs up your weapon and whatever. But, yeah. So, this is the game. Very pretty. I'm doing a bit of exploring at the moment because obviously, like... Well, not obviously, but the way that you get a lot of pulls is to get these black or gold nucleus, and getting those, you get those basically from exploring things. So that's basically it. It's set in a futuristic, I'm not gonna say cyberpunk because it's not cyberpunk, but it's, I don't know what the genre is, but it's like futuristic technology, spacey feel. It's a positive, so like, you know, so it's not dystopian, but it is, but it's like a more of a positive spin. I don't know. I thought it was quite positive until I realized that like the bad that you're fighting against is radiation that basically turns your character into, from what I can gather, into zombies. They turn you into aberrants, which, like, monster, zombie, very, very aggro, very, very aggro and very unfortunate things. But obviously, oh no. But obviously, you want to avoid that. But it doesn't seem to actually affect your character, like, as a character in and of itself. Like, it's not one of those things where if you spend too much time outside, you turn into one, or you, like, get damage, or whatever. It just seems to be, like, a storyline thing, not a affects you during play thing. But basically, the storyline is that you lose all your memories, wake up, like, you see a male and female main character running and avoiding monsters and stuff, and then you pick male or female, and then you, like, basically run and fight and whatever, and then you run out of energy, fall, lose your memory, wake up in this new place. And that's all you know. So you don't know anything about your character. It's super customizable. So I created my character, obviously. Not super body customizable, but like skin tone has a fair range on that. Hair color, eye color, and like size and whatever you can adjust. So like it's got that about it, which is neat. But yeah, so you can also make your character into, you know, whatever. So if I activate that and go back to here, now I'm this character running around, which is kind of neat. So another neat thing you can do is you can discover recipes for cooking with like just by making them, like combining stuff, which I think is pretty cool. You can't do that in Genshin. The only problem is there is a percentage chance for you to like get something. So like, you know, say I did combine the right ingredients, it only has like a 40% chance of working. So I could be combining the right ingredients but not actually getting anything out of it, which is kind of shit. But oh well. You get these nucleus from exploring the world and opening chests and things. So a little bit easier to get than the Genshin ones. So you get the black ones are like the stock standard ones. And then the gold ones are the ones that you really want because they like have guarantees. The great thing about these is that it tells you straight up what pity is and how far you are to pity, which Genshin doesn't have. You have to work that out yourself. And it also comes through here and it tells you what your percentage chance is for each character, you know, each item, whatever, which is pretty cool. That's something I wish Genshin had. Again, I see a lot of people being like, Jess, oh, you meant boxes, not torsos. I see how you could get that mistaken, especially with these saucy anime characters. But yeah, so that's what that is, and obviously they make them like it's a free to play game like Genshin, but you can spend money like Genshin. A lot of people are like, don't compare this to Genshin, and I'm like, well, it's a bit hard when they're both like gacha games and, you know, have so many similarities and whatever, but I don't think there's anything wrong with comparing it. Not saying one's any better than the other because this game is brand new. But obviously there are things about this that I prefer to Genshin, and there are things about Genshin that I prefer to this. Like, it's gonna be that way in any game.